Welcome back to another episode of a series we are calling Entourage with Eric here on the Dylanberry Network. I'm your host, Dylan, here joined by Eric, joined by E, one of my most trusted people in Los Angeles. We are going through the entire series of Entourage. We've already gone through and reviewed 4 seasons. We are now on season 5. We are, I guess, now in the back half of the show, which is kind of crazy,
through.
Right? There's 8 seasons in the show plus a movie, which we're going to do as well. And I mean, the show came out, it debuted 22 years ago. And we decided we want to do 22 things we love about each season and the movie. Mm-hmm. So the movie's probably going to be the hardest because it's like not as much time. This, at least we have 12 episodes to kind of pick and choose from.
For sure.
And I got to tell you, Eric, this has been one of my favorite things I've ever done on the DBN.
Whoa.
I have loved going through Entourage. It's a show that I think I've been told for years, like, dude, you'd love it. You love movies. You love TV. You love the industry. You'd love this. You're a dude.
Yeah.
You're going to love this show. And I tried it.
Yeah, you gave it a chance.
I gave it a try, maybe during the pandemic, and it didn't get me. And you brought it to me that we should go through it all. We should break it down.
Yeah.
We should put it up. And I've loved every minute of it. How are you doing now through season 5?
I'm good, man. Season 5 was probably up there, top tier. You're seeing definitely all-time career lows. You're seeing friendship, dynamic drama. You're seeing more power around Ari Gold.
Yeah.
Great season.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's funny too, because like the Entourage thing, it's been so like pleasure and like amazing, and they're at the top of the mountain. And this season for sure takes a turn. And I was reading about it today that they wanted like Vince to come up against something. He's not just pulling girls, everything. Like he is now at his bottom, and you see it, and you see the things he has to do because of that. Mm-hmm. And the way he has to finesse getting on sets and getting roles and whatnot. All a very important part of the industry too.
Yeah.
We've seen what it's like to be on top of the world, be Aquaman, and now he's not in a mansion anymore.
Yeah.
So pretty good season.
For sure.
How hard was it to come up with this list? Do you feel like it was pretty good, pretty easy?
I feel like we have found our footing.
Yeah.
And so the past 4 episodes that we've done for the first 4 seasons, it's kind of, we've written a lot. We've jotted a lot of notes down. This time, I feel like I was able to like hone in and kind of enjoy the show more. Yeah. And then whatever popped out, whatever stood out is kind of what we're about to roll with.
Yeah. And it's easy to kind of go back and like input like the names, the little things that pop out too. And we've been doing that. Let's go through it. 22 things we love about season 5 of Entourage. If you haven't seen it, you can pause right now, go watch season 5, come back. It might be a week or two. Watch along with us. But we're going to get into it. We really start each of these episodes with the celebrity cameos, locations maybe, music, culture stuff, because really this movie is such a time capsule. Let's talk about the celebrities, because I do feel like they really stepped up their game here. And I mean, I know they've pulled James Cameron in the past. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, Mandy Moore, some heavy hitters. Mm-hmm. But this season's got a lot of good ones. We got a long list here.
Yeah, and at this point, celebrities want to get in on the show. So
yeah.
Season 5 had Bow Wow. Mark Wahlberg came back. He showed face on the golf course. Tony Bennett, T.I., Phil Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson, I just heard, apparently loved Entourage. And when he met Doug Ellen and Ari for the first time, because apparently they only had him for like a half hour or something, really crazy. And the first thing Phil said was, "Oh yeah, I'm the guy who choked at Wingfoot." Because remember, that was a line. I think I even brought it up a couple episodes ago, where Ari says like, "Oh dude, he choked like Phil Mickelson at the U.S. Open." And apparently Phil was watching that with his wife.
So you're good at clocking that stuff.
Yeah, like
that's epic.
It was awesome, and that was satisfying to hear that Phil heard that, and Phil was still like, "I'm down to be on the show."
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, he was in there. Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts is a big one. Julia Roberts' brother. Apparently, he had also said like, "I need to be in this show." And Doug was like, "All right, would you be the mushroom guy?" And he was down for it, which is so
and
sick.
He killed it.
Yeah, he was perfect.
That role. Fran Drescher.
Yep.
Kevin Pollak.
Yeah. Those are the parents of the 16-year-old. very iconic actors.
Whitney Port, Alessandra Ambrosio. When was that?
That was the model. She was one of the models whenever they. Yeah. That was a big deal. Jeffrey Tambor. That's a great scene. Coming in to visit Ari, he calls Ari every day, and he's like, "I always call you back eventually." And that's a great scene. Jeffrey Tambor, iconic HBO actor. Jason Isaacs, who is Malfoy's dad in Harry Potter. He plays the fashion guy who is, sneaking away that model because he likes her. Jamie Lynn Sigler. Wow. What? Siegler?
What a great cross promotion there.
Wow. Yeah. That's HBO world. Gary Cole. Yeah. Is big one. That was Ari's friend. Stellan Skarsgård plays the director who's Psycho.
So good.
Stellan Skarsgård, who won an Oscar in 2026. So it's like, dude, that guy is awesome. Jerry Bruckheimer gets mentioned. Jason Patrick is the actor. Apparently, I read this too, which I didn't get this reference, but apparently he had a reputation of being an actor like he was on Smoke Jumpers, like where he's very
kind of
intense.
A douche.
Yeah, a total dick, takes over, way too serious, and so he leaned into that for this role, which is kind of cool. Michael Phelps gets a hilarious quick cameo.
Second cameo.
Peter Berg, who is a longtime collaborator with Mark Wahlberg, kind of gets mentioned here and gets used on a phone call when Ari calls him to act like he's gonna replace the foreign director. Seth Green is back.
He's back, baby.
And then, of course, the fantastic ending, maybe one of the biggest cameos they could get in Hollywood, Martin Scorsese. We probably missed a few here.
Scorsese and Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett's scene was epic.
And apparently, Martin Scorsese was also like a 30-minute shot. He's like, I don't know that he's ever seen the show, but he did he did it for us, and he was great. It's just on the phone, real quick, rooftop.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
good.
Like stocked full, and all these names are so powerful, even still today.
Yeah, they still hold up.
Yeah, they're still iconic. So, love it, and we'll probably mention them as we kind of keep going.
Yeah, man.
But yeah. All right, number 2.
Number 2, we had, this is some of the cultural stuff that popped through. We only have a few. But the song Day and Night.
Kid Cudi
came through. I also clocked the Wii Tennis.
Yeah, them playing Wii Tennis was so funny. Drama and Turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it when they were playing. I get the sounds, all of it. I was like, of course they're playing Wii Tennis.
And playing video games has been a staple of, or one of the minor plots of the show. So to see the technology kind of advance. And even we see the first iPhone held by publicist Shauna.
Nice.
So that was kind of cool too.
Shout out Shauna. I mean, like a lot of cool stuff. I did read that in season 5 they had a new music supervisor. So because they play Return of the Mac. That's an excellent song to start the season. But apparently this music supervisor got renowned for this season because he found a lot of artists that Kid Cudi was not. This was one of the first times this was used in a show or movie or any media form, because this guy was like, holy cow, Day and Nights. Maybe by the time it aired, he had been in the ether, but they definitely picked this, and it fit perfect, and it took me right back there when I heard it.
Back to 2008, and you probably have a good understanding and appreciation for these songs getting cleared and all, all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Right? And I mean, I imagine all these artists are like, wait, you want to put me on Entourage? Like my song will be on that show, the show that by this point, we're in season 5, doesn't need to prove itself anymore. It just has to keep going.
Yeah.
And that must have been huge for those artists. Number 3, we got a whole bunch of characters getting brought back, which I like. Some we hadn't seen in a while. I like seeing Adam Davies. I think that's a classic rivalry.
Yeah.
Alan is hilarious. Bob out there on the golf course. Even Dom gets his own episode, which I'd read too. They wanted to give Dom his comeuppance because they felt that audience members didn't like him, which that's real.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that didn't like him. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see Dom. He really kind of turned his life around there, kind of at the end. So they probably wrote in his arc to come back for a comeback.
Yeah, Justine also.
Justine Chapin is back.
No longer a virgin.
Oh yeah,
she's with Tony Bennett.
She
yeah,
worked with Tony Bennett.
Yeah,
that was a great collaboration that they did.
Oh, another cultural thing. I mean, Johnny Drama long distance, just Skyping all the time.
Yes,
that was definitely a thing. Yeah, exactly. Seth Green's also back, and yeah, Babs is a big one. Yeah.
Babs. She's a good character, and we'll talk more about her. But she and Ari have a great on-screen chemistry.
Yeah,
they really kill it.
Yeah, they do. And of course, the storyline for her is she's going to stop something that Ari wants to do. And when Ari gets stopped for something he wants to do, it only makes him stronger. Right. And we only see the best of Ari when that happens. So it's a perfect playoff. Number 4, this is getting into the episodes now. The way this season starts, we both had it written down. It's essentially a critics show. And this had to have been like a thing. And I mean, Ari even yells at his staff for like, if you're watching, is it Richard Roper? Yeah, he's like, if I hear, he's
I
like,
gotta Google it. That one.
Yeah, and like, dude, big at the time, and he's co-hosting with a guy named Michael Phillips, who I still listen to in film podcasts.
Oh, wow.
He is a writer for the Chicago Tribune, and he is like an excellent like film critic. Like his words are so great, and I've even seen him like live in person because I loved him, and I saw him here. I was like, whoa, Michael Phillips in Entourage, that's crazy. But just the fact that like these critics had this much power back in the day. And the Sunday night shows, and yeah, he's like, if you're talking about Richard Roper, that means it's Sunday night and you weren't reading scripts or whatever. Mm-hmm. When more than likely everyone was watching this guy Sunday night to hear, ooh, like how was that movie this weekend? If I didn't get to go and see it, so I loved that, and it was Vinny Chase goes from the stars to watch in 2005 to the stars that fade or something like that.
So brutal. The opening of season 5 was very, very strong. Starting from Ari's power walk into the office, they really painted the picture. It kind of reminds me of someone we know when they walk into the office, and it's like, here's Mr. Power Guy. Very good start.
Yeah,
for sure.
And there's a good friendship moment that happens here too, because it shows, like, it opens with, I think it's like Vince is watching this show and is seeing, because Medellin has crashed. It's terrible. We saw that at the end of season 4, and I love that Drama goes like, he's like, yeah. He's like, man, are you gonna go to bed? I think he says to E, actually. He's like, are you gonna go to bed, or do you want to pound some whiskey and talk? Yeah. I loved that line. Yeah. He's like, you want to pound some whiskey and talk, because it was clearly like a stressful moment, and it sounds like that's how they've dealt with something before, and that's helped. I don't know. I clocked that as like, that's sick.
Yeah, it was also interesting too. I don't think, I was actually talking to someone about this today at work. The tabloids and the press and the TV shows, the entertainment news shows, they were freaking brutal back in these days. To say, now Vincent Chase is the one to watch fade. Yeah. And the fact that they were watching it, and Johnny Drama offering, do you want to just, drink our sorrows away? Kind of honed in on the bromance there.
Yeah, wild that, and it's kind of weird that I guess people can't be that direct anymore, which of course, like, there's a way of being critical without being rude, but it's also like, look, if we're going to say this movie is good or bad, like, we got to be able to, if we want to praise it and say, this is amazing, this is awesome, we also have to be able to be like, dude, this was such a waste of time. Yeah. It was such a bad movie. The acting was terrible. The yada, yada, yada. You have to be able to have that, but to go after him so personally, I imagine that sucks, which sends Vince away to Mexico. Number 5.
Number 5. We're still in episode 1. I loved the scene of them on the jet skis. Turtle is living the life. It kind of did, like, I was kind of pissed off on behalf of E and Ari, because Turtle could not give a shit that Vince is not working. Yeah. And he's loving life right now. They're in Mexico, and you see a whale's tail come out, like, breach into the out of the water, and I was just thinking, like, that shit looked real, and I could see this show doing some real shit like that. By the way, they were not even in Mexico when that was shot. But
where were they? Did you know?
I don't know, but it was in Mexico. And that whale tail was CGI, which I was kind of blown away for 2008 because I was
pretty solid.
I was sold.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole Mexico thing in general was interesting, and I feel like I've said it every episode here, but that's definitely. And there are a couple things this season where I'm like, man, I want to know what stars. Who is that? Like, who is a star who had such a bomb that he goes to Mexico, turns off the clock, turns off everything, just drinks, has
Ben
sex,
Affleck?
eats good food. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe that's what, but like this had to have come from someone. And like, I wonder what those stories are like. And of course, like, honestly, you get a great line here too, where E and Ari are trying to get Vince back. And he's like, look, we want you to do this horror movie that's got a terrible name and the name's pending. That's a good little bit. But he's like, they're like, well, he's like, I don't want to do this. He's like, this isn't challenging, is what Vince says. And E goes, well, you got to do what Shia LaBeouf did. Act scared, look hot, so girls want to fuck you, and then you make $1 million. Then you're in the next Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I did, when he said that, I was like, oh, wow, that is fascinating because, I mean, Shia LaBeouf also had, Transformers and a bunch of other stuff, but it was like, because doing horror too, like we hear they debate like doing TV too, and that's such a I don't want to do TV. Like horror is a similar thing, but like I mean, you find now the two biggest movies at the box office, at least in early June, were two indie horror movies that like people cannot stop talking about with Backrooms and Obsession.
Right.
I thought that was an interesting note that they were trying to get him to do that. That was a way to save his career because they're trying to save his career the entire season.
Minus Turtle.
Yeah. Turtle gets
beginnings.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because I guess when you're with the entourage, like E is not gonna go to Mexico with you and have a good time. Johnny's got to stay back and work. He's finally got a job. Turtle is the one who's going to. He's gonna be your yes man to be like, Vin, let's like keep drinking, or like Vin, let's go over there. Like he's gonna be the one that like keeps you light and keeps you happy and like and say the dumb honest things too. So
and then later in the season he does specifically say, I didn't write it down, I took it off the list, but he does say, I have purpose here too, guys, when he's like pitching titles for the next movie.
Yeah, he does.
So he still has that like, what about me? I'm smart.
Yeah, he's trying to prove himself a lot. And they give him more to do this season for sure. Number 6, this is in episode 2. I love this moment. Another great Ari line. Vince brings... I think like 5 scripts to Ari's office. Says, I'll do any of these. And he plops them down. And they're all indies. They're all like art housey. They're no big blockbuster. Of course, like Ari's like, no, we got to make money.
Yeah,
like, we got to go studio.
Guarantee.
And what he says is, no indies, E. Think of it like the Holocaust. And I remember when I was watching this, I was like, where is he going again? But it's a good joke. He goes, never again.
Never again.
Like that's a great Holocaust joke, but also like the fact that it's just that intense for a super agent.
Is Jeremy Piven Jewish in real life?
That's
we should definitely know
he has to be. He absolutely has to be.
Also, being Jewish, I love these kinds of jokes because if you're gonna, the Holocaust was brutal. It sucked.
Okay,
but
you're going out on a limb there.
Let's laugh about it. Right?
Yeah, and that's not like an offensive joke either, too. Like I would say that's just a funny.
But it's dumbing down.
It is.
It diminishes the significance it had in history and the devastation that it brought. So what do we have? Is Jeremy Piven Jewish?
Yes, actor Jeremy Piven is Jewish.
All right.
He was born into a Reconstructionist Jewish family in Manhattan. You know anything about that? He was he took his first trip to Israel in 2016 and celebrated a second bar mitzvah.
Oh, that's cool.
My
mom's friend's 60. She's just having her bat mitzvah now.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So there you go.
All right. So he has some street cred, and he probably improvised some of these or wrote these lines in. He probably approved them.
Well, I mean, he nailed. I think some of my favorite episodes are the like Jewish heavy episodes. The bar mitzvah. What was the one last?
High holidays.
The high holidays. Like those are so funny, and like it's clear he knows about it. Like he knows the culture, and that's why he's like, able to kind of play off of it so well. All right, number 7.
Okay, I was thinking about this today too. If and when they do bring back this show in some capacity, they need to bring back the accountant. Vincent's accountant he's hilarious. And so they're at the table. That's when the accountant comes into play. It's usually he's at his office doing work, or they're at a meal, and he's just reaming the guys on their spending. And Johnny Drama tries to pipe in and shed some intelligence into the conversation, and the accountant just looks over and goes, or maybe it's just because you're fucking ugly. And I just thought it was so good.
Yeah, he's so blunt and and he's just such a good character. Like all their little side ones. I mean, you talk about Shauna a lot, but like just these little people that pop in and are like, oh, these are like people in celebrities' lives. Like they have an accountant that's like psycho, or they have a publicist or a real estate agent who is like, oh, they're all characters. Yeah. So that's a good one. Any roasting of Johnny Drama is cool with me. All right, number 8.
9.
Oh, number 8.
Number 8. Okay, this is something that kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. This did not age well. Of course, it's Ari talking about Amanda, because Amanda is back.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, or he says, she couldn't carry my sperm well.
Yeah, it's a terrible way to say you're old, right?
But I didn't take it like that. I took it like she is not womanly.
Oh.
Like she's like comes off like a man in this industry, and so like, and she has no women. She doesn't possess any women characteristics because she is a hard ass.
She's hot,
she is hot. And I picked up on this season of her that she does not handle the competition well.
Yeah, that's true.
She kind of crumbles under that kind of pressure.
Yeah, but you can tell. I mean, yeah, she's very charming, and you like talking to her. If you're if you're Vince, if you're any actor or whatever, she's a charmer as an agent. So, yeah.
Number 9. Episode 3. The slutty sweet 16 girl. Just everything from.
This is a weird cultural moment. This is a weird LA cultural celebrity thing.
This feels like
too.
a very LA thing.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't happening where I was growing up in Atlanta. I don't know if it happened in Arizona, but.
Well, I mean, one, it's rich families who are spending a ton.
Levine.
Is it really? Yeah. But it's Fran Drescher, who is the president of SAG, and Kevin Pollak are the parents. Kevin Pollak's an iconic actor too. Like both of these people are, and I love that they're in this show. But yeah, Vince desperately needs money. And what do? You take appearances from rich people, which we've seen we've seen like Rihanna take millions to go to a wedding and stuff like that too. So even on a big scale, you see this stuff happen. But for someone like Vince, even like Johnny's like, hey, do I want a brother thing going on? And they're nah.
But just the way she's like, she flirts with Vince, and she's like insinuating that the birthday gift could be much better if and then the broken nose with the nose job, just all of it was good.
It's definitely a part of him just going broke and having to
do what he's got to do.
To
pay his bills. Also in episode 3 for number 10, this is when Lloyd Ari gets a lap dance. This is when him and Adam Davies are going at it. By the way,
they're racing.
The racing on Sunset.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I was thinking, like, how did they do that? Because there's a little bit of trickery in the shots I could see, but there were some shots where I was like, holy crap, this is like legit.
Yeah. No, it looked very real. And so Ari's getting a lap dance by these two male strippers.
Come to arrest him for sending crap to Adam Davies.
In the boardroom.
Oh, T.I., by the way. That's another good cameo. He's talking to T.I. in this moment, too. And T.I.'s like, why do I got to play a rapper, a gangster, a drug dealer? It's so
doesn't want to pigeonhole himself. So Lloyd says to Ari, just close your eyes and think of pussy. So good.
Lloyd, dude. Lloyd is definitely one of the best on the show, too. It was so funny.
Yeah. Take us to 11.
I love it. Number 11. Okay, this is good, and this is such an LA thing, too. And it actually was funny because, so this is the Joshua Tree episode. This is the Shroomies episode. Great episode. I saw that this is a fan favorite episode, too. Like, a lot of people love this episode.
Can I tell you it's one of my least?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Why?
I don't know. When I got to it again, this is like my 3rd or 4th time watching the show. Right. And I guess maybe because I've never partaken in shrooms, that I can't relate to like the lackadaism of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just made that word up, but it's very like they did a great job at depicting of what shrooms would be on.
Right. Yeah, just that. Yeah, you're suddenly in madness a little bit, like.
And they showed the different personalities. Like
Yeah.
E was mute. That would have been me.
Yeah. Well, E, and apparently this was imagery. I had to read about this. But E was holding, it wasn't saying a word, but was holding onto the script the entire time. And that was supposed to be imagery of managers, even when they escape reality, still are clinging to the material and are still like worried about the thing.
That's what he's thinking
and
about.
Yeah, like he can't relax. He can't like truly like let go because, you know, he's got to.
Yeah, it's up in his.
But so the main thing here is that Ari says that his wife is up in Santa Barbara. And I got to say, and I don't know if you can relate to this, but this is a little bit like that you can see Catalina from here on a clear day.
Yeah.
Is it feels like I always know someone who is in either Santa Barbara or Joshua Tree almost every weekend
Or
of the
Palm
year.
Springs.
Yeah, or Palm Springs. All the Big Bear, right?
Yeah.
Like there are all these little offshoots of LA that are like so stereotypical. Like, oh yeah, even like I have friends who are like, oh, I'm coming to town, but then I'm going up to Santa Barbara for a wedding, and like Santa Barbara is like such an offshoot of LA, and so is Joshua Tree, so is Palm
pristine,
Springs,
though.
and so I definitely thought of that of like, man, those places are as just much a part of LA as anywhere else.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he said his wife's up Santa Barbara, he's in Joshua Tree. And then I also want to know too, like what actors have taken roles because of shrooms. Like this is another one where I'm like, who was in between two and who made the wrong choice? You know, like
did they come to their epiphany because of shrooms, and then did they make the right career decision?
Exactly. I'd pay tons of money to hear, you know, a handful of actors who were like, yeah, dude, I did shrooms and then I did freaking The Dark Knight, and it's like, oh dang, good call.
Yeah, so it seems like this like Joshua Tree that you want to know and you want to hear from the show creator, the actors.
Yeah.
How did this come about?
Yeah, and I heard Doug say, Doug Ellen, the creator, he was like, yeah, you know, some of these things like come from like experiences, but some we just come up with on the spot. So I'm definitely at least curious which is which.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12, okay, so you wrote this note. You were Alan, but you wrote the first death of the series.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this series. So now...
Fuck, I fucked it up.
I know. There is going to be more death, which is okay.
Honestly, I can't say for certain. Yeah.
But it is true that it's the first.
Yeah, it is the first.
It is the first.
But I honestly... That's what was so exciting about going into season 5 is this. It kind of felt new to me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Alan dying was the first of the series. The first death. And
it was you know, they're out. So they're at Trump National Golf Course in Rancho Palos Verdes. On the south side of the South Bay.
Yeah, right on the beach.
Right on the beach, right on the water. Really gorgeous. I've heard
shot.
It's an amazing spot. But Alan dies.
Mm-hmm.
He fully dies there. And this is like, I definitely did not see that coming as a twist.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you know, Ari's trying to get Vince on smoke jumpers, and you know he's battling it out, and Alan just hates Ari so much that he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. And then Ari, of course, is at the funeral
making business moves.
And he says respect means keeping the business alive even when you're dead. He says that to his wife because his wife is begging him to get off the phone, begging him to stop working. But I don't think you can do that. You can't control Ari.
No, and she knows that.
Yeah. Another big one, number 13. This is Ari, like, and this happens at the funeral, but he is figuring out, like, does he want to become a studio head?
I loved, speaking of death, I loved this transition.
Yeah.
Like, Alan dies, and then Ari kind of sees his way in because of John Ellis.
Yeah.
And that guy, I don't know his name, but that guy's a great actor.
Yeah.
John Ellis. And I just thought that was... the way that like it was teased about his wealth, and then he gets the watch, and then a trip to Geneva.
Well, so that's actually, so I'm switching these two right here.
On the fly.
Basically, So the scene where it ends with them both getting on the private jets. That's the scene I want to say is number 13, because Ari really is weighing, do I go on this plane? They're both he's going with supermodels somewhere else. The Entourage is, and then Ari is going somewhere else because he's been fed up by his agency. He's like, I get me on that plane. I gotta go. But then he runs into Vince, and him and Vince have this really great, sweet moment where he's like, don't worry, like, Vince, I'm gonna be able to take care of you. Like, we're gonna be able to make this work. And Vince is kind of like, well, I was kind of hoping we just stick to the original plan and take over.
Yeah, it was a little awkward.
It was, but it kind of lit a light in Ari, and yeah, I mean, it turns in that was a great cliffhanger where I was like, man, if I was watching this on Sunday night and it was like just coming out as it came out, I'd be like on the edge of my seat, like, oh my gosh, like Ari's going to leave the agency. That's so sad. Because they're both in Van Nuys Airport getting on private jets. That's so sick.
I do think that they used the same shot where Kanye is on the plane and it goes off into the sun. I think it was this identical shot.
Whoa. I might go side by side with that. I might go take a peek.
Yeah.
I like that. And then really the whole, I guess number 14 then, the old switcheroo where Ari is calling Dana Gordon, and he's in the car with his wife. I love this because he goes, Dana Gordon, you're on speakerphone. My wife's here. When usually he calls Dana Gordon, there is a different thing that is said. It's usually something rude. It's usually something sexual. And instead it's, Dana Gordon, you're on speakerphone with my wife in the car. And then Dana says something like, Ari, like I hear that you're being offered the thing. She's like, I want to be under you. And he's like, I told you, my wife's in the car.
It's like when they're on the phone and Dana doesn't know that the guys are in Ari's office, and she goes, Ari, I'm gonna blow you like it's 1990. and then she doesn't know she's on speakerphone. It's like the same kind of dynamic there.
It's the phone. I mean, every time there's gonna be a great phone scene in Entourage, and I thought that was fun. Yeah. All right, let's go to number 15.
Yeah, we already kind of talked about it, but it's
Ari and Dana again.
It's the press and the tabloids, and in season 5, you hear more about like Page 6 and reading your gossip before credibility. They even throw in Variety in there.
Yeah, I think Ari is like on the cover, and it's like new head of studio, and like they're like, "What's this?" He's like, "That's BS, Lloyd," or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think it's just interesting seeing that. And then I also thought that Variety was so on board with being presented and covered in Entourage on the show, and they have that whole Women of the Year for Babs. So yeah, I just think it was really cool, and it just goes to show that these entertainment mediums, us working at one of them, TMZ, really does have a pull and weight and influence in this town. Even though Ari kind of throws shade, but you can tell that he really knows there's validity within these mediums.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you have? You got
well, this is when he reveals, and this was such a good reveal because he was like, okay, he's not taking the studio job. Then how is he going to take it from Amanda? And he has Dana Gordon on the phone, and he's like, you got the new president of the studio talking, Dana, and she's like, Vince, you're getting on smoke jumpers. And Ari's like, yep, and you're getting your regular rate. And she's like, well, you're playing the second, like you're the second lead. Role, second lead. And he's like, yeah, but you're still. He says, Ari says, if you don't pay Vince his rate, Vince is going to call TMZ and announce that the brand new head of the studio calls up agencies and offers them hand jobs.
Yeah. And it's so true.
So funny.
Yeah, that is when he picks up the phone and Dana goes, Ari, I'm going to blow you like it's 1990. I love that line so much.
So funny. I love it. Number 16. This is when we get the Jamie Lynn Sigler. And obviously I liked this kind of scene that Turtle got first class next to a pretty girl. He, says that they fooled around a bit. No one believes him. Then it comes out that he did. But in the midst of all of it, someone roasts Turtle and says that she must have fetishes of a guy who looks like a South Park character, which I thought was such a great roast. Probably it was Ari. That sounds like Ari for sure. But I thought that was a good burn against Turtle. Number 17, this is Seth Green coming back. He now has a chance to help out Eric's client, Bow Wow, which I don't remember his name. But it was also funny that Bow Wow was just a character.
And he was in a few episodes.
Yeah, and got
the majority of the season.
Yeah, because Eric, a big part of it is Eric's, he signs writers who are great actors, but he signs Bow Wow. And it's so funny. The actors who don't play themselves, who play because Bow Wow could have easily been Bow Wow, and it would have been like, oh shoot, like when I first saw him, I was like, oh shoot, there's Bow Wow.
I liked how they did that,
and then he called him a different name, and I was like, oh. But it worked out too because I think Bow Wow played it well too, like being the guy in the
sex scene.
Yeah, the sex scene. The when he's like in the department store and is like, guys, I just got signed. Like screw you all. That's like a probably very real feeling for a lot of people.
Your crew motherfucking shirts back.
But this is when Eric is up in Big Bear up in the mountains shooting the firefighter movie, and Seth Green forces like a Larchmont meeting.
I love that they dropped Larchmont.
Yeah, Larchmont's Larchmont's a great part of LA if you've never been, but it was funny and it made me realize this happens so much in the show because it happens honestly in the first episode too, is a lot of forced meetings. It's meet me or else. It's like, hey, I want to see Vince. I want to see his eyes.
They got to go face to face.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's got to be tomorrow by lunch because I go out of town. And I mean, that is a lot of people here. It's like, look, I'm leaving or I'm busy. Like, this is the time. Let's meet now. Obviously, Seth Green's being a dick here mostly, but I just it clocked it that like Entourage captured that, and maybe that's a plot device to make things get urgent or whatnot. But just so many forced meetings, studio heads, agents, like we got to go get lunch.
Yeah, the urgency is a good point. It's like when towards the end of the season when E is trying to get that director to see Vince's work.
Yes, Gus Van Sant.
And he shows up, and this is something I wish I knew when I was first starting out in this industry, is how he wants to wait around. He's not handing off Vince's work to the desk assistant or whoever that coordinator is, and so he insists he'll wait there for hours. He personally wants to hand the material to him, so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, before I moved out here, I emailed a producer who produced like very popular videos on YouTube and very like web series and stuff like that, and I wanted honestly to work on his team, and I kind of thought like, oh, he's a small enough company where I could like email him and he'd hear from me and like he's not a big deal, but maybe he'd hire me, whatever. And I had reached out to him and I mostly just asked for advice. And one thing he said that I think about a lot is he's like, in this town, so much of this industry is waving your arms as like long as you can until someone notices you or until someone like wants to give you the time of day. Yeah. He's like, so you're doing the right thing by emailing me, but like this isn't it. So yeah, you got to go to the next thing, which happens to Eric here too. And yeah, it like you have to go and like do it yourself too, because yeah, so many of these people that you want them to hear your idea or you want them to hire you, they have a full life. Like they have families, they have stressful jobs, they have teams they already manage. Like some rando dude coming up, like you got to bring it, and you got to like, I don't know, like just fully go for it.
Would you say the playbook of how this is being done, of them navigating Hollywood, stands true to how the playbook is written today?
Like if E went somewhere and the assistant was like, hey, I don't know actually, like would he have let him stay in the lobby for as long as he did, and then would the guy have come out?
Yeah, because like the digital era and
security is more intense, feels like now.
But I feel like face to face, like what E was doing is still valued and superior to all the other things. I don't know, just something.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I know a lot of people will like DM people at companies they want to work at, and
get on
like
LinkedIn.
well, not even LinkedIn. Like we'll go on Instagram and be like, "Yo, like I'm trying to work there. Like any tips, any whatever." And and it's just like you kind of like got to. And if they just read your message and don't respond, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because like that was the other thing too, is you got to be able to hear no a lot and then just keep going.
Yeah.
Which I think that still is tried and true.
Yeah.
But yeah. True. All right, number 18. This is Babs and Ari.
Number 18, Ari is trying to convince his business partner, Barbara, a.k.a. Babs, to hire his former colleague, Andrew Klein.
Yeah. Played by Gary Cole.
Yep.
Iconic.
And he's still acting.
Yep.
So Ari's buttering her up, and he's being... awkwardly nice and unexpectedly, and she's confused, and as she's walking out of his office, he's congratulating her, and she's like, okay, and then he just goes, you stupid twat, and then what does he say? He's like, I forget what he says, but he's like, I can't make any promises, blah, blah, blah. Lord! So good.
Just, imitating her. Yeah, Babs is a good one. And Leia, like I said, the interesting dynamic here, too, is, like, him having a friend who is less successful, and he's having this thing of, like, that's what I could be. But apparently this idea of like signing a guy who has a bunch of TV or reality show writers, this came from the writer's strike, which the writer's strike in 2000, I guess this season is like 2008, 2009, maybe 7. This is when the writer's strike happened and the Kardashians went up because TV went down and reality went way up. And apparently this mirrored that storyline as well, that agencies were going around buying other agencies that had reality writers, and that was getting more so because they always say that they had the 2008 writer strike is what made the Kardashians, because more people watched than ever.
And they they reference the strike a few times. That's interesting. Because Barbara talked about Andrew Klein and how he wasn't well equipped, and I'm not going to give much away, but that storyline is just heating up.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I mean, she makes a good point that it's like, look, you have all these like staff writers and stuff, but like, what happens if you're in the room with an A-lister? Like, could you close that deal and whatnot? And it's like, ooh, I even got like a little, because he's happy being in the Valley. He's happy, drinking whiskey at lunch and living a chill, modest life. And it is funny to be like, come to the other side of the hill, come to Hollywood. Like, this is where it's at. Like, and it's really not far away.
No, but it's literally like, just over the hill.
But it's the Valley versus, everyone else.
Yeah. And I think that still stands true today.
It is. Yeah.
And Andrew Klein was a good character entry, and there's definitely more to come from him.
All right. I like that. All right, number 19. This is Turtle's name reveal. I did not know we were going to get this.
I forgot about this too. I mean, I remembered it, but
no.
Yeah, Jamie Sigler from Sopranos pulls it out of him, and he confesses his name is Sal.
I got to say, I didn't
see it?
No, I won't. I don't believe it. Like, I don't know why, but I'm a little bit like, is that your name? Because he's Turtle. And, like, I think he is so much Turtle. Like, he's like, even my mom, since I was 5, has called me Turtle. Yeah. And because that would be the person you would think call him Sal. But Sal, it's just like, oh, yeah, you're better being Turtle. I think I would have been better not hearing his name ever.
The revelations of Turtle in Entourage are kind of monumental and kind of keep the viewers on their toes. Remember, it was like with his first girl, take off your hat. Okay, tell me your name. We're going to start seeing him kind of slim up and bulk up.
Yeah. You can tell like that he maybe it was the actor Jerry Ferraro was like, I want to do more. I want to do more. You know what I mean?
I want to
like,
reveal more.
Yeah, like I want to have a story. I don't want to be just the dude smoking weed, driving him around and stuff, and being silly. Wanted to buy shoes. And apparently him and Jamie Lynn dated for like a year after this too. I don't know if that's legit or not, but like they were together after this because their chemistry is really good.
Yeah,
like
both from HBO.
Yeah, both HBO. And it's funny, yeah, that they called it that. Like, oh, yeah, you're from The Sopranos, and I'm like, okay, so HBO exists in the Entourage world.
Yeah,
which is funny because that's all right, and then number 20. If you've ever been on a movie TV set, you know about this, and it was just so funny and handled so well. But on Smoke Jumpers, which is also a ridiculous title, as I keep saying it, the idea of lunch penalty comes up. I don't know if in regular business, if you miss your lunch break, if that's that big of a deal. You know, like if you're working at State Farm in Arizona and you miss your lunch break, I don't think it's a big deal. But if you're on a film set and you go into lunch penalty, that means everyone gets paid like double what their hourly rate is, like on top of what their day rate is. So it is very expensive for everyone. We see it happen where the director is going at it with Vince, trying to get something out of him. He's screaming at him, which Stellan Skarsgård kills it in this role. And apparently this is a real life thing, is what Doug Ellen said, is that like that he has seen or knows about international auteur directors who have this like, powerful romantic mind who just can't struggle on a huge studio set because they're just like screaming and they're freaking out and whatever, mimicking this. And the AD, the assistant director, the one who controls the scheduling on the set, is telling him, hey, we need to stop shooting this scene because we're going into lunch penalty. And he says, we'll hit meal penalty. He said, I don't give a fuck about meal penalty, which I think I have heard that as well on set before too, because when you're in a moment and stuff's happening, you kind of want to get it. You kind of, if meal penalties coming, you kind of need way more advanced than that. But what did this take you to?
I don't know. I was also thinking that scene with the AD, it's very cool to see, because I've only done one movie and, a few TV shows, but being on set, I only saw this once where that AD, has, I think, just as tough, if not a tougher role than the director. The AD was, shouting all the things, and then the director says, he has the power to only say one thing and one thing only: action. And so I thought that was really cool and depicted very well.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a real thing. Meal penalties, and it costs a lot for when that happens. And I remember even like being a PA, and I went into meal penalty once because I think I was, or what they would do is as a PA, you'd be sent on a run. Like you're in a studio van and you're at Target or you're somewhere picking equipment up somewhere, and they might be like, hey, you're about to hit your 6 hours. Go on lunch while you're out there. Yeah. Like stop what you're doing, go on lunch.
Yeah.
And like they'll call you and they make sure. But if you are in the middle of something, if you are holding off a door that is like, this is PA work where like people can't walk around this corner right now and you have to stand there because they're shooting. Then you'll go into meal penalty if it's like, oh shoot, we can't pull him out of that. Like he needs to be there, or it's like someone go tag him out. It's very intense because usually, I mean, it's not the person who gets in meal. Like if I do a meal penalty, I don't get in trouble, but it's my boss who gets in trouble. By the line producer. I
think a good director is aware that this all comes back down to money.
Yeah.
But someone like this director who played it brilliantly, he doesn't give a fuck.
No. Pretty good. Now, number 21, I love this because, like, I don't know, like, I feel like we've now seen Ari become an absolute badass. Like, he has way more power than he does in the first season.
A lot of power.
This goes to show you why, like, Ari Gold is the most fascinating character in Entourage and why he is the heart of it, is that like I want to see his origin story. I want to see his vintage. I want to see him move to Hollywood. I know he's from the area, but I want to see him in his early days and his struggle and like, you know what I mean?
There's a show right there.
Yeah, like that. I mean, of course you can't reverse Jeremy Piven or whatnot, but like he's now in a place where he can call Jerry Bruckheimer, who at the time had done at least how many Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I know he's done a bunch of other stuff, but like was a box office smash hit. Like he could get whatever movie he wants. He tells Lloyd, call Jerry Bruckheimer and beg him to give me a ride in his helicopter.
No.
I think he says his ride too. I don't know that he says helicopter, but then he's able to get a helicopter and take it to go see Vince. And I'm just like, even the private jet thing at 1.2 is just like, it's very clear that Ari is so comfortable and familiar in this world. And that, let me call Jerry Bruckheimer real quick.
And he pulls those big favors in dire situations.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done it throughout the series. It just seems like as we roll into the series even more, he pulls those cards, at a drop of a hat.
Yeah. Love it. And then... last thing, number 22, the things, 22 things we love about Entourage season 5. I mean, this was one of the better ending. I think the season 1 ending is so amazing, but I think this might be right up there with it. Of course, Vince and E get into it. He fires E because, E was trying to get Gus Van Sant to see Vince, to see that he's good. And Gus was a real nice guy. Gus directed Good Will Hunting. That's his big one. He's directed a bunch of other ones since. But yeah, he was just very much like, I like Vince, but this is not for him. And it kind of feels like the last swing. Vince is back in Queens at his mom's house. And Ari Gold flies to New York. And hands Vince the phone, and it's Martin Scorsese. That's epic. And
you can't top that.
You can't. And I mean, if you're any actor, I think Martin Scorsese might be, the top of your list of directors you want to work with.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a guy, because he does a lot of dudes, movies, a lot of dude movies.
How cool that he did that too.
Yeah.
You wonder if that was a Mark Wahlberg pull.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, because this would have been right when Mark Wahlberg was in The Departed. The Departed came out in 2008, and that won Best Picture, I believe. And Mark was nominated for that role, I believe, too. And if he wasn't, I'm nominating him right now. But it's awesome. Like, he lands Martin Scorsese, and E is still back in LA, working, grinding, helping out Bow Wow and whatnot. Still a manager, which is sick. Yeah. I like that. But then they go and they surprise E, and they tell him about Martin Scorsese, and then they're all walking down Sunset Boulevard,
on Sunset,
right with the Sunset Strip. It looks like they're headed up, maybe towards the Chateau Marmont. Maybe they just went to the Saddle Ranch or were in that area.
Yeah.
And just gorgeous. And Ari says something really positive and really let's go. This is gonna be sick. And it feels like, man, that was a really good season, but really tough. And now it's about to get good again for Vince.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
He's gone through the fire. He's, still banging beautiful women and, still a movie star. But he's struggling. But now we got, the next season where he's going to be in The Great Gatsby. He's going to be the lead.
The modern day Great Gatsby.
Which, if you think about it, the Leo Great Gatsby came out in 2011, 10-ish, right?
So
they were probably thinking about it during this time too, and
this may have helped push that along.
And dude, I didn't realize that E in real life, he grew up with Leo or something like that. So he has a Vince, and it's he is kind of perfect for this, which is nuts. Yeah, they were both sitting courtside not that long ago. Which is pretty sick. And dude, that's 22 things about season 5. Pretty amazing.
It was good, man.
To look back on this in 2026. I mean, even right now, we're in early June, but Ari Emanuel last night was sitting at the biggest sporting event of the year, which was the Knicks Finals Game 3 game. Ari Emanuel still sitting courtside. Pretty amazing. And Jeremy Piven was at game 2 in San Antonio. So it's
so they're still kind of navigating in their same circles, doing the same things, showing face at the same places. I'm telling you.
Doug Ellen also going viral for
those clips.
Yeah, he's going viral a lot for talking Spencer Pratt in Los Angeles. I feel like I see him everywhere. I mean, it might be algo, but
I think exactly. It's our algorithms kind of tiered towards seeing these people, or will Entourage be coming back in some capacity?
Dang, dude, that would mean we'd have to do another episode of this. So I guess we have to. That would make an even 10 because we got 8 seasons and then 1 movie. So it would be kind of lame to not have a 10th. Yeah. So that is season 5. Let us know what we missed in the comments because I know we even had a longer list of lots of good things, lots of good moments we loved. But we will be back for season 6. Can you tease anything for me? Is there because I know 0.
I really
I did see Jamie Lynn is going to be in more. There's more episodes of her. I do know that.
Yeah. So when you reference that, I know what's going to happen there. I know what's going to happen with Andrew Klein. Ooh. And I believe, I'm almost certain what I'm thinking is season 6, and it is good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm excited. Really like I said at the top, this has been one of my favorite things I've done, dude. So thank you for joining me, E.
Thanks for having me, man.
We'll be back. Tune in with us. Go watch season 6 and then watch this episode of the DBN coming up right now.
See ya.